Want to take you a doodly do. Can you dig it? And all I wanna do is just listen to you. KQ Policy 72. Can you dig it? Want to take you a doodly do. Can you dig it? And all I wanna do you is just listen to you. KQ Policy 72. Can you dig it? KQ. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Can you dig it?
1, 2, KQ, doo-doo-doo-doo. Can you dig it? Yeah, can you dig it?
Well, I can dig it, I tell you that much. Hello,
Welcome to KQ.
welcome back.
I'm Ken.
I'm Kevlon, and we are coming to you live from the streets of Montgomery, where you better be careful. If not, you'll be somewhere about 6 feet under.
And roll tide. You
Yes,
know.
indeed.
All right.
Yes, the football gods have shined on us once again.
Absolutely.
All right. So this one is for, this is a tribute to all of our maggots, our Afro maggots, our ultra maggots, all of them. We just want to give you a shout out because once again, you've shown to be the proverbial pickers of the Republican primary. You all have shown us that no matter how bad Benedict Donald gets, you're going to support him anyway. So today we're going to try to make a little bit of case and show you just what type of authoritarian you're picking. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but on the Democratic side, we really don't have no authoritarians. You know, we have people that are doing functional things, like bringing GDP up to 5.9% last quarter, bringing unemployment down close to 3.3, 3.2, 3.4%, somewhere in that range, the lowest in the last 55 years.
Yeah.
Doing things like increasing manufacturing jobs, bringing chips manufacturing over here. Y'all remember when the supply chain slowed down and they couldn't even get cars on the lots because we didn't have any chips? Well, now they're building them here. They're putting jobs in rural communities, building up chips like crazy. We're going to screw China. We're going to make sure China does not get off the chopping block anymore in terms of semiconductors. That is straight Biden.
You know what else he did?
What else?
He fixed Court Street.
Oh, good old. So people who haven't had the pleasure of coming to Rosa Parks' hometown, Court Street is a major thoroughfare.
It runs adjacent to Roselle Parks, which they're working on as well.
Yes, all across the country, they're breaking ground. And whenever they do break ground in all of these red states, you have them Republican politicians show up with their corn cob pipe and their button nose, smiling, happy, talking about that they brought this to the place, even though they all voted no on the Infrastructure Act.
Yeah.
It's called hypocrisy.
No. Yeah, all of our senators voted no.
Yeah, they didn't want no infrastructure.
Yeah, well, Tommy Tuberville, which reminds me, Tommy Tuberville did his thing today.
Yeah, he finally said that we can have generals get promotions.
Nope, all except for the 4 stars.
Yeah, the big ones. The big ones,
no way.
Yeah.
But all the rest of them down the path, yeah, he caved in, and his excuse was, well, they gave a little bit and we gave a little bit, so nobody really won. But yeah, either way, the winners are actually the female troops that can travel to different states on the military. Yeah, we had those flights back when I was in there. They let you fly for about $20. You could go anywhere that the plane was going, but you're on a waiting list, so you could literally get stuck somewhere. But even still, they can take those flights and they can go do what they got to do. Yeah, it's all good.
They can mind their own business, which is what Tuberville should have been doing. He should be minding his own business and stay out of women's wombs.
Yeah, stay out of the military's business. We don't need Tuberville in there, that's for sure. But we don't need a freaking Auburn coach.
Yeah, Auburn.
Roll Tide.
Go back to Auburn. They might need a coach. Tuberville. Apparently, they need a coach.
Yeah, or something. All right. So tonight's topic, what we're talking about tonight is the
clear signs.
The clear signs that an authoritarian dictator is on the loose.
His name is Benedict Donald, the Orange Menace. Yeah. He's the bloatest of the bloatest.
Yep, 2 times loser, twice
biggest loser of the United States.
Lost the election and wouldn't give it up.
And he thinks he's running against Obama again.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
His brain ain't working properly.
Blundering around on the stage and Obamacare and everything.
Yeah. So today we're just going to show you a few things that can kind of help you, orient yourself and know what you're looking at. There's 2 candidates that have a shot. One of them is a Democrat. One of them is a Republican. Trump is going to be the nominee unless he is in jail. Biden is going to be the nominee unless he something else, which I don't even want to say. I don't wish death on nobody, not even the fat orange guy. But we're going to show you. First off, we want to there's a questionnaire floating around, and this is authentic. You can go look it up yourself. But there's a questionnaire floating around. People are filling out this questionnaire so that they can position themselves to be in the new Trump administration. Now, I want you to show me on this form where they're going to ask about qualifications and not just allegiance and ideology questions, okay? Yeah. Show me on this form where there's some qualifications. Go ahead and slap it on here, Ken.
All right, so here's this application.
Now we're going to read these kind of quickly.
Yeah, it's a research questionnaire. So first of all, they want you to provide all of your social media you have: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, miscellanea. They want all of that.
Yeah, first of all, the Trump administration ain't smart enough to go in and search for these things themselves, so they want you to provide them.
Right. And so please, there's 3 references. They want family, friends, however. All that sounds kind of normal.
Yep.
All right. Now, describe why you want to work in the Trump administration. After the administration, where do you see yourself working? So they want to know where you're working now and what lobby you're going to be on after the show.
I imagine if you apply for a job in the Biden administration, they might even ask you, describe why you want to work in the Biden administration. That's reasonable.
Yeah, fairly. All right. Next question. What part of candidate Trump's campaign message most appealed to you and why?
I like it when he talked about doing a migrant camp.
I liked it when he said grab him by the U-High.
Next question.
Have you ever appeared in the media to comment on candidate Trump?
Have you ever said anything in public regarding Trump? If you did, tell me what it was or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, President Trump or other personal policies of Trump administration, all forms of media included: print, television, radio, social media, blogs, online forums, etc. Please include references to the content, including links, if not applicable, dates, and summary of what was said.
Now, keep in mind, if you fill this out and you want to work for Benedict Donald and you do not put a link in here and he find out that you did it, you're automatically disqualified. Yeah. And if you're hired and he finds it, you're automatically getting fired. Yeah. That's just the way it
automatically
is. This is called a litmus test. This is a purity test. You have to go through here and you better be truthful, else they're going to find out. Yeah. Once they do, you're gone.
Briefly describe your political evolution. What thinkers, authors, books, or political leaders influenced you and led you to your current beliefs? What political commentator, thinker, or politician best reflects your views?
Now, keep in mind, this is the president who kept a copy of the book Mein Kampf on his nightstand. I guess if you say Hitler was a influencer of mine, he probably would like that.
Yeah. Or maybe if you said Reagan, you're done, you're fired.
Reagan is too liberal.
Yeah. What policies would you like to see implemented at the agency or office you're applying for? Have you ever worked or volunteered for a political campaign? If so, what campaign and why?
Why did you work for them?
Why did you even work for them?
Old liberal.
Oh, you work for Liz Cheney? Lord have mercy.
That boot-licking liberal.
Rhino. Have you ever run or held elected office, served local, state, political party? If yes, please give the office held salt dates while information pertinent deemed pertinent. Have you ever appeared on a political podcast?
Like this one, like this show.
Talk radio show.
Have you ever sat in your living room and talked about politics on the screen?
Yeah, major cable networks, Fox, MSNBC, CNN, CNBC, etc. Giving speeches in public forum or testified before Congress? If yes, to the best of your ability, please provide as much information as possible, if applicable, a link to the reference to the content.
In other words, if you had a political opinion and you don't put it on here, we'll find out and we're going to fire you. Right. And if you do put it on here, you ain't going to get in this administration. They're not hiring anything but bootlickers in this. See, the last time when they tried that coup on January 6th, the fact of the matter was it was too many people who were in love with the Constitution that didn't want to see the American experiment go down in flames. That's what did Donald Trump in on the last administration in his attempt to overrun our election process and stay in power. Next time, he's not going to deal with those kind of people. He's going to make sure that everybody that comes in is a total sycophant that's going to do anything he wants. He's going to put them in all levels of power. As a matter of fact, speaking of Tuberville, the theory is that the reason that he's withholding those generals is because they're waiting for Trump to get elected so that they can put in them sycophantic generals in there so that they can do things like martial law and all of that stuff. But that's a whole nother theory and story.
Yeah. Next question. List any organizations you're currently a member of. This includes, but not limited to, boards, committees, associations, societies, publications, etc.
I was in the Jerky of the Month Club last year.
Yeah.
I like Big Jerky.
Is there anything in your background that could potentially embarrass the administration?
Give me anything that you ever done that can possibly embarrass. Yeah. Now, not the fact that you like run around grabbing women by the boop, and you got that on tape. I got a Billy Bush tape we can pull up right now that'll show you something embarrassing.
One click. Now, I got it on speed dial.
Now the main guy, the best thing that the Republicans ever had to put up as president, him himself has a tape on there admitting that he sexually assaults women. And they have the brass nerve to ask you, what did you do that was embarrassing? How do you like them apples, y'all?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And then
talk about hypocrisy and stupidity all wrapped in a box.
The part that kills me is that they're not saying that would embarrass you. Or, no. Anything that you could have done in your background that could embarrass the 45 administration. That's what they're talking about.
And you know what? We'll go here. If you ever said that you're glad that Obamacare was a thing because your kids still have health care and they're age 24 and they still get to be on your health care. If you ever put that on a blog, that would embarrass the administration. That's the kind of stuff he's asking you about.
Yes, sir.
What an idiot.
Yeah, what an idiot.
But out of all of these questions, how many of these questions, Ken, was it 100%, 50%, 75%? How many of those questions had anything to do with qualifications or experience or anything like that?
No, they got a whole other application for that. Apparently, this is the pre-resume reading application. This is the one you got to fill out before they even read your resume.
Yeah. And this is they're gonna put it on file, and believe me, like I said, they're gonna use it against you,
like an NDA.
How do you like to lick Trump's behind? Up and down or sideways?
Or side to side.
Which way you like it?
All right. So moving on. Now we're going to talk about a little something about your dictator, the president.
The ex-president.
Oh. No, they still say it's the president. They claim they claim it. They don't claim Joe. They said Joe is a puppet working for the man.
Obama.
All right. So let me see how this works. We're going to figure it out together.
I will ask Congress to pass legislation ensuring that drug...
Pause. It shot it to the wrong screen. And
Can you minimize it?
Apparently not. How do you get...
Can you click and drag it?
Well, ain't that something?
Bring it down to the bottom and see if this thing still pops up. No, don't do that. Stop sharing. Stop sharing. Can you do
No,
that?
I can do that, but I don't want to do that. All right, double click.
Drug smugglers.
It just don't do it. It didn't work.
Can you
Right.
close it from over there?
No, I can pull up something else, and it pulled it up at full screen. Lord have mercy. There we go. Hey,
Sorry about that, y'all. We got us a new toy. We're trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
But this is your boy explaining to you. Yeah, do it from the old school.
Yeah.
Drag them all over.
Right.
This is your boy explaining to you from his own Duke-like lips what he's gonna do in the next administration.
Yeah.
Now, I don't like people that sell drugs myself. I prefer people who don't sell drugs. But
I will ask Congress to pass legislation ensuring that drug smugglers and human traffickers receive the death penalty. The drug cartels and their allies in the Biden administration have the blood of countless millions on their hands. Millions and millions of families and people are being destroyed. I will ask.
Yeah.
Millions and millions.
Millions and billions.
Millions and millions.
I will ask.
Yeah, but either way it goes, he wants to kill anybody that's dealing drugs in America the same way they were doing over in the Philippines.
Yeah, he bragged about the Turk tape over and over. And he said, I asked President Xi, do you have a problem with drugs? And he said, oh, no, we don't have that problem. It's because we execute.
We have the death penalty. Yeah.
We don't have no drugs.
Right.
So think about this, y'all. Death penalty for selling drugs. Now, keep in mind, he's not talking about just heroin. He's talking about marijuana and everything.
Yeah.
You know why? Because he don't have no problem with killing black people. The fact of the matter is, if black people are selling drugs, there's a way higher chance that they're going to get stopped, charged, and sentenced by the system over white people. So those are the people that he's talking about killing. It's just he's talking in code, and he wouldn't be thinking about killing no white people just for selling drugs. If he would, he was thinking about executing the pharmaceutical industry.
Nah. So that is his.
Y'all ever heard of opioids?
Right. So now, drag that over there, and this was
Yeah. So our next example of authoritarianism.
What is this?
Hit the back button and see what it do there.
Oh no, this is
That's a gift subscription.
What? All right, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Not only is he talking about executing drug dealers, but he also likes the idea of executing generals.
Yeah. He wants to kill Mark Milley.
Poor Mark Milley.
Yeah. He wants to take him out. That was on
how many stripes did this guy do? Look at all them. Look at all them bars.
Medals and bars. Boy, that man been through some stuff. I'm telling you. That man probably been in them things since Vietnam. But either way, Trump put on his Truth social page.
I think it's back up some.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he put it on his Truth social page saying
Mark Milley's phone call to reassure China in the aftermath of the storming of the Capitol on January 6, 2021 was an act so egregious that in times gone by, the punishment would have been death. Those were the literal words that Benedict Donald put on his failed fake Twitter site. And y'all, just anybody who would actually posit the idea that you should kill a general over this fake accusation that he made up out of whole cloth. You know, Trump actually acts like he's a lawyer and a judicial expert and a constitutional lawyer authority. He has no idea, no inkling of the judicial system in this country at all. He has no credentials in the judicial system in this country. But he is the one that can declare that somebody with all of those bars on his shirt should be executed for an accusation that has been unproven This is nonsensical. This is the ramblings of a madman. And he is actually being considered as president of the United States again. I'm sorry, y'all. This just don't make sense now. We need to cut out this madness.
Right.
I know you probably didn't. I know we just had the highest poll numbers we've ever had, period. So it's good.
General Milley today at his retirement ceremony said, quote, "We don't take an oath from a wannabe dictator." Do you actually
Well, General
believe that he should
Milley,
be
what
put
he
to death?
did is really treasonous. If you look at what he said to China, he's either stupid or it's treason. But what he said to China should never be allowed. That can never be allowed in our country.
Did you
And
suggest
you know
attacking
what,
China?
General Milley, who I know, he's a lazy guy. Who left billions and billions of dollars worth of equipment for the Taliban. General Milley's a lazy guy who's not very smart. But what General Milley did to China and with China is a disgrace. And
But why
frankly, there
suggest
are
death?
many people that would call it treason.
But why suggest
Thank
death?
you very much.
Any thoughts on
So that was him. That was Trump himself backing up that stupid trope central that he put out there, saying that a fine general with years of service should be executed. Y'all, come on now. He's telling you that he's gonna do stupid, illegal, egregious stuff to people of high authority because they have an opinion that differs from his. And y'all are okay with that. That's the kind of president you want. Okay, think about this. If you give somebody that kind of power and they're in the other party, how would you like them using that same power against you if you're one of the ones that disagree with them? If Biden had the power to execute people who disagree with him, how would y'all feel about that?
Yeah.
So why do y'all feel so comfortable with Trump having it?
Yeah. Y'all say y'all are being persecuted, but you don't hear Joe Biden running around here talking about murdering generals and
He's in
killing drug
Appalachia,
dealers and everything.
in Appalachia, in those cities where economic opportunity has passed them by for years and years. He's over there building factories, okay, putting up infrastructure projects, broadband, clearing out all of the lead pipes in the country. I mean, I can go on and on if you want me to, but the topic is Benedict the Donald, so we're going to head back over here, and we're going to see what General Milley thinks about that old crazy accusation we just heard.
President Trump recently said that your dealings with China were so egregious that in times gone by, the punishment would have been death.
That's right. He said that.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct.
He is suggesting that you be punished by death. The former commander-in-chief to his former top military advisor.
Look, I'm a soldier. I've been faithful and loyal to the Constitution of the United States for 44 and a half years. And my family and I have sacrificed greatly for this country, my mother and father before them. And, you know, as much as these comments are directed at me, it's also directed at the institution of the military. And there's 2.1 million of us in uniform. And the American people can take it to the bank that all of us, every single one of us, from private to general, we're loyal to that Constitution and we'll never turn our back on it, no matter what the threats, no matter what the humiliation, no matter what. If we're willing to die for that document, if we're willing to deploy to combat, if we're willing to lose an arm, a leg, an eye to protect and support and defend that document and protect the American people, then we're willing to live for it too. So I'm not going to comment directly on those things, but I can tell you that this military, this soldier, me, will never turn our back on that Constitution.
But for the record, was there anything inappropriate or treasonous about the calls you made to China?
Absolutely not. Zero. None.
It almost seems odd to ask this question because the former commander-in-chief seems to be calling for your execution. Are you worried about your safety?
I've got adequate safety precautions. I wish those comments had not been made, but they were, and we'll take appropriate measures to ensure my safety and the safety of my family.
Now, there's a public servant to you speaking about what an idiotic, autocratic fool says about you. There was dignity, there was common sense, and there was coherence in his response. When you look at Trump and you listen to his ramblings and you compare it to that, like I said, you're listening to the ramblings of a madman. Nobody should be in a position of running this country who would dare treat one of our generals that way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, especially General Milley, a true American hero. He been in 44, make sure your kids don't grow 44 years.
Right.
All right.
Man, you got to be kidding me.
All right, let's see what else we got.
Now, think about it now. This is a guy who literally was found to have committed rape on somebody in the court of law. It was a civil suit. It wasn't criminal, so he ain't going to jail. But yet and still, a jury of his peers found him criminally liable for rape. And he's got to take this kind of abuse from that guy. And at the same time, he's got to worry about his safety, and he's got to sit up here and get security, so that he can keep the insane maggots, the kind that attacked the capital of my country on January 6th. Those types of idiot, violent people that were beating the hell out of cops with Blue Lives Matter flags. What the hell kind of people are they? So he's got all of these people that he's got to worry about because of one sycophantic idiot. Y'all, just come on now. Let's orient ourselves and let's get this thing back to normal. Okay?
All right, what else we got?
We evaluate candidates by believing what they tell us they are going to do. And one of the latest disgusting and authoritarian elements of Donald Trump's 2024 promises are that he is going to target media that he doesn't like. And he is doing it again, taking to Truth Social yesterday and saying the following about MSNBC, quote, MSNBC, MSDNC, as he calls it, uses free government-approved airwaves, and yet it is nothing but a 24-hour hit job on Donald J. Trump and the Republican Party for purposes of election interference. Brian Roberts, its chairman and CEO, is a slimeball who has been able to get away with these constant attacks for years. It is the world's biggest political contribution to the radical left Democrats who, by the way, are destroying our country. Our so-called government should come down hard on them, meaning MSNBC, and make them pay for their illegal political activity. Much more to come. Watch.
Alrighty then. So not only is he going to execute the generals, he's going to kill people who sell marijuana, but now they're going to take down MSNBC. Yeah. And now the idiot is so stupid to think that MSNBC runs on public airwaves. Okay. How long have we had cable TV, Ken?
Probably as long as General Milley been on deck.
Is there a difference between cable TV and ABC?
Maybe a little.
PBS?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. MSNBC.
One work off an antenna.
Hey, that's a paid station, man. It's private. You got to pay money. The federal government has no jurisdiction whatsoever. It's called free speech. So, in other words, Trump is saying he wants to do away with free speech, and he wants to go after a media operation just because they say things that he don't like.
Oh, Lord.
Now, come on, y'all.
Oh, Lord. It just dawned on me, bro.
Are we in trouble?
He gonna cancel KQ. Lord have mercy. That's what they trying to do.
I'm sorry, y'all. We got to sign off now.
All right. Hey, y'all have a wonderful evening.
I just thought about that.
Welcome to KQ. We're going to be on the chopping block pretty soon. Soon as 45, make 48.
Ken, how you press delete?